The federal government's latest plan for the Murray-Darling Basin is already facing criticism, with farmers and the Greens raising concerns. The revised agreement allows for the wide-scale resumption of water buybacks. It excludes Victoria because the state government remains opposed to the controversial policy. The Farmers Federation says without widespread support, the plan could harm regional communities.
This plan is so complex that everyone has to be kept around the table. So you disenfranchise a state like Victoria, a third of the agricultural production just comes out of Victoria. The plan will fall to pieces, and basin communities and farmers and businesses will be devastated.
The policy will need to pass the federal parliament, with legislation expected to be introduced next month, and will need the Greens or the coalition to support it. Greens Senator Sarah Hanson-Young says the legislation needs further guarantees.
Without any guarantees that the water will actually be delivered by these new deadlines, it's simply a plan to kick the can down the road, because we've seen this happen over and over again, and frankly, South Australians are sick and tired of the broken promises, and the environment can't cope with any more. We've seen a decade of delay, of dragging the chain, of promising, next time, next year, or wait till the 2024 deadline and South Australia will get the water we were promised. Well, it hasn't come. So we need guarantees before the Parliament locks this in place.
But the government remains confident.
What the Liberals and Nationals have been calling for is more time to deliver the plan. Well, that's on the table. What the Greens and all the South Australians in particular have been calling for is certainty around that 450 gigalitre target for environmental water that the previous government so comprehensively failed to deliver. Well, that certainty is on the table. So I think with a bit of common sense and a bit of compromise, we can land this thing. And more importantly, we absolutely have to. We know that the next drought is just around the corner. For the sake of our environment, for the sake of the 2.3 million people who live across the Murray-Darling Basin, we need to make sure we get this right.